Happy Kaiser Day, everyone.
Outer Space Review!
Sup everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Outer Space Reviews, the show that we talk about toys and what toys to buy, because buying toys is the greatest thing in the world. In today's episode, we're going to review a toy from one of my favorite characters. Now, I have a few favorite characters from the Kamen Rider series. First one is Unk from Kamen Rider O's. Second one is Genmu from Kamen Rider X8. And the third one is Kamen Rider Kaixa from Kamen Rider 5. Now, with Kaixa, he has his own celebrated meme day. Now, that day, of course, is September 13th because 913, Kaixa. We celebrate all the Kaixa memes that have come out over the past 21 years. So yes, this is the 21st Kaixa Day. So last year, we reviewed the 1:6 scale Kamen Rider Kaixa Ra figure. This year, we're doing something different. We're going to finally review a belt. We're going to review the Smart Brain 913P Kaixa Driver. The Kaixa Driver came out in mid-April 2003. It retailed for 4,950 yen. $50 back in 2003. It's kind of pricey. Then you had to buy all the separate pieces like the Kaixa pointer, the Kaixa knuckle, and I don't have it, the Kaixa blade. It's like, ugh. Now this item is in B condition. Got it for 10,000 yen plus shipping. Paying double for an item that came out 21 years ago, whatever. Does have a little bit of mold damage and there's a scratch on the Kaixa phone. Overall, it's actually in a really good condition. So I'm not too bothered about having to pay that much for it. In a nicer condition though, you're looking at paying 20,000 yen for a sealed one or more. Now, mind you, this is the original release. There have been numerous releases over the years. Like in 2006, they released a Legend Henshin belt version. Then they released another Legend Henshin belt last year, which we saw at the Henshin 2003 event. They've also released a CSM, both as the gear and just the driver. And in China, as a lot of you know, they released a Kaixa driver with updated sounds using this exact same mold, but with a belt extender. So in this episode, we're going to explain to you which driver is probably the best one to get. Now we'll start with last year's Legend Henshin belt series item. This item came out in two versions. It came out as a regular release and it also got a special event release. This one was only released at the Henshin event last year. They both retailed at 3,850 yen, but most people were looking for a box art that was akin to this original driver. Now, if we look online for these items, for the purposes of this video, we'll only be using Mandarake. So use these prices as a median for the websites that you use to purchase your toys. Now, on Mandarake for the Henshin 2023 event version of this legendary driver, it's retailing for 4,500 yen. So that's just under a 1,000 yen increase. It is a legendary Henshin belt, so it has less gimmicks. Just remember that. A Legend Henshin belt, not Legends Henshin belt, get it right, is a stripped down version of an older toy. This is what the regular release of the Legend Henshin belt Kaixa driver looks like. Because it is a regular release and doesn't look as nice as the original box art or the special events box art, not many people are really keen to purchase this item. This one on Mandarake was going for 1,500 yen, so it's half of what it originally retailed for. Currently it's all sold out, but I'm sure if you go to Japan right now, you should be able to still find this item in some stores. So if you go to a toy store that's not in downtown Tokyo or Osaka or Kyoto, if you go to like a small town's toy store, you probably might find one there. You don't have to pay almost 4,000 yen for this version of the toy. It's not worth it. It is cheap. Should you get this item? If you just want a Kaixa driver for cheap, go ahead. But me personally, I don't like the Legend Henshin belt series. The toys look cheap and they're missing a lot of gimmicks. Bandai Namco Shine Sounds Kamen Rider 5's DX Kaixa driver. Should you get this item? Because it is from China only, you do have to go through a middleman like Taobao, AliExpress. This item goes for about 9,000 yen, converted from Chinese yuan to Japanese yen. my opinion on this item. Would you get it? If you want something that looks and acts almost exactly like this belt, the original release, I highly recommend it. So you're probably paying the same price for one of these 21-year-old toys, but it will be new. It will have better sounds. It will have a secondary belt extender so an adult can wear it. Would I get one? Most definitely, because I do like Kaixa. I highly recommend, if you can find the China release Kaixa driver from 2023, grab it. But I highly recommend not paying over 14,000 yen. And in my opinion, that would also include shipping. So try to keep it under that and you're all set. So you would be paying about that much for an open one of this. The next item we're going to talk about is the big boy, complete selection modification Kaixa gear. Pre-orders started on September 13th, 2017 and came out in March of 2018. Its original retail price for the Kaixa gear, 48,600 yen. So it was a lot. Do I have it? Unfortunately not, as the shipping would probably be about $300 to ship this item. Now, you could get the Kaixa driver by itself. At the same time that the Kaixa gear was released, it retailed for 17,280 yen. So this was just the belt, but it did have all the sounds and gimmicks to it, just no extra gear. Do I have it? Unfortunately not. Do I want one still? Yes. Recommendations for this item. Is it worthwhile? If you want a belt from Fies that's almost to scale of the TV show, I highly recommend it. Unfortunately though, even in B and C condition, so B has been opened and played with, C has some scratches on it. This item, unfortunately, went up in price over the past few years. So even for a damaged one, you're looking at almost 50,000 yen. For a played with one, you're looking at 55,000, and an unopened one, you're looking at 60,000 plus. Would I get one? I like Kaixa. I've always wanted this Kaixa CSM. But we have some good news. Bandai announced the 2.0 release of the Kaixa gear and Kaixa driver. As of recording, they had yet to announce a pre-order date and a release date. But my guess is they're going to do what they did a few years ago, and they're going to announce a pre-order for Kaixa Day. So hopefully the day that this episode was released. So at that point, you will have to go through a middleman to get the 2.0, and you'll get a brand new belt, plus gear, what have you, for a better price. It might be a bit more pricier than the original 1.0 release, but you'll be basically paying the price of what the 1.0 Kaixa gear is right now for something that's already opened, but you'll be getting something new and has more features in it. And finally, the belt that started it all, the original Kaixa release. Should you get this belt? It is the original. It might be a bit expensive, might be double, triple the price you're willing to pay, but it is 21 years old. If you can find one in good condition, under 100 US, I highly recommend it. It's great to add to your collection. But unfortunately, you will then have to buy all the other pieces if you want it to display nicely. It's just the phone and the driver. Should you get it? If you like Kaixa, definitely. If you want to get all the Fies DX items, definitely. If you just want to get all the Fies DX gears, go for it. You don't have to get everything in that set. Just get the belts. There's only 5 you need to get. Fies, Kaixa, Delta, Auga, and Saiga. Just 5. Let's not get into the 20th anniversary movie rider belts. On Kaixa Day of 2024, they will be releasing the 20th anniversary Fies movie. This has a special edition that comes included with the Kaixa XX phone. Will this item work with the DX belt? We'll find out in October when I receive my item. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching this year's Kaixa Day celebratory video. I hope you learned something about the different Kaixa drivers that are out there on the market right now. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the Kamen Rider content that we give you guys. Follow us on Instagram on Outer Space Reviews. Follow us on X on We Outer Space. We talk about toys, we show off the collection, we show off everything. Not everything, we just show off the collection. Please follow us on twitch.tv/outerspacereviews, where we now do Toy Talk on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Australian time, which translates to Pacific 4 p.m. and Atlantic 7 p.m. We will talk about all the toys that have been announced, released, and up for pre-order. It's crazy, yeah, it's alive, it's fun. Thank you so much for joining us on today's Kaiser Day. We'll see you on Drive Day.